Howdy mates, how are we doing? Good afternoon. Here's a part 4 video. I literally had to count how many videos I've done so far. We're now officially in the Mayaca River State Park. So like we're close to the, what you call the Canopy Tower. We're not quite there yet. I wanted to do like the perimeter loop first before going to the tower, because you gotta save the best for last, right? But yeah, so we're on the Canopy Trail. So this really provides a glimpse of a piece of old Florida in the hardwood hammocks. So like we see a bunch of cabbage palm and even live oak right next to me. Here's like a little interpretive sign too that just mentions like where are the animals. Well, as stated on there, a lot of them are nocturnal, such as the bobcat, for instance. You'll very seldomly see them during the day. So essentially during daylight, the hardwood hammocks are, a little quieter. However, with that being said, usually during the daytime, that's when you'll see more of the birds out here. So like for instance, we have this live oak, right? That has a bunch of lichens, such as a spot here and even up there. These lichens that I've mentioned in past videos, they're actually very valuable, as they are basically a symbiotic relationship between algae / cyanobacteria and fungi. It's a combination of both. So basically what happens is the cyanobacteria and the algae, it's photosynthetic, so it actually produces food. Then the fungus actually just provides a sort of like an apartment, in a sense, for the cyanobacteria. So it really goes both ways. And they also, they indicate air quality. The more lichens you see on a tree, the better the air quality. So in other words, they're very sensitive to pollutants. But as I mentioned, it's a very valuable food source. A great example of a bird that feeds on the lichens, as I just mentioned, is the yellow-bellied sapsucker. Now, the name sounds like a mouthful, but most birds are named by their physical features or their actions. So like the yellow-bellied sapsucker. So, yes, they do have a yellow belly. And in addition, they like to bore holes into a tree and try to extract any sap that is located within the tree itself. And of course, they consume the lichens as well. I really could not ask for a better day. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous out. So I'm very grateful today. Now, what I also wanted to point out, too, are something called epiphytes, also known as bromeliads, such as this one right up here. I believe that is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Cardinal Airplant. If I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I did get that incorrect. It's just, since they're not in bloom right now, it's a little trickier to closely identify. But the thing is, about these epiphytes / bromeliads, they don't act as a parasite to the tree. Rather, the tree just provides, like a living base, or should I say, like a foundation, an apartment. And the bromeliads obtain the leftovers, basically. So once when there's like a rain period and the tree receives as much water as it needs, these bromeliads will just take what they can. But they don't take it excessively. They don't steal. Like I said, they tend to take the leftovers. Now, here's a fun fact, by the way. Did any of you know that pineapples are actually a type of bromeliad? It's quite fascinating, isn't it? They indeed are, as a matter of fact. Because that's the thing. Pineapples, many people think that they grow on trees, but they don't. They actually grow from the ground. When you initially see them, they actually resemble some of those bromeliads that you saw on the tree just a little while ago. Especially when you look at as I can recall, there's actually a particular plant called a pineapple bromeliad, just because it resembles, even though it's not a true pineapple. Too much confusion, but bottom line is, pineapples are essentially an air plant, in a sense. Because, I think a giveaway is, look at the top of a pineapple, right? It's a very, it has a very rough texture. It has all those stalks. That's characteristic. That is a characteristic of a bromeliad. So, let's just say SpongeBob would be really proud. Who does live in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob. So, alright, you guys. By the way, if you haven't checked out the Myakka River State Park, it's really it's worth it, It's honestly one of my favorite in the area. And it's actually one of the oldest, too, in addition. So, alright, you guys. Take care. Enjoy your Wednesday. And once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards.